country more positively than past that says, you know, and obviously have the exceptions for natural disasters or war, what have you, and, but to have that constitutional amendment in the federal government where they can't just print money and these children's futures are mortgaged with a huge mountain of debt, because that's what's going on right now in this country. I think the whole country would benefit from those limits. So anyway, I know one thing is that there's not a better state in the nation to live in Texas. Amen. With that, let me say again to Tom, much obliged for opening up your business today, and I hope you're selling some cubes out the back door. I think that may be where he is now. So anyway, let's open it up to any questions those of you in the working media may have, and then we'll get on our way.
Well, Governor, your candidate released a press release today talking about the Trans-Texas corridor and the statements you made in the debate. Any response to her comments on that?
You know, I don't have any idea what she said. I don't know what part of the Trans-Texas corridor is dead the senator does not understand. I don't know how many times you got to say it, Senator.
It's dead.
It's dead. It's dead. So, and it's been dead for a spell. So it's not even smelling anymore. It's dead that long. You know, any other questions? Thank you all for coming and being with you. God bless you. God bless you. Hold on a second. We got one more.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Governor Brad Henry, of course, declared the state of emergency on all of Oklahoma before the storm hit.
Right.
What would you consider as far as a state of emergency with Texas, considering we just had this big Christmas storm hit?
Right.
How would you go about?
Well, nobody deals with disasters better than Texas. Unfortunately, we get too much practice, whether it's hurricanes, whether it's ice storms, whether it's wildfires, whether it's floods. We have our tornadoes. We have our tornadoes. We have our fair share of natural disasters. We have the most capable emergency management team in America. Jack Colley and Steve McCraw, who now is the head of our Department of Public Safety, they are the best in the country. So you never want to have a disaster, but we have the best team, both private sector that comes in or the public sector. You know, TxDOT with their ability to respond when you have a big ice storm, when you have highways closed down and what have you. So I'm very proud of what we put together, and I feel confident that no matter what it is, Texas is as prepared as any state in the nation when it comes to a natural disaster.
We don't have many snowplows.
Well, you never have enough when there comes a big storm, that's for sure. Thanks for the Tea Party folks for coming out today.
Will you take a question from the Tea Party
folks? Sure, absolutely.
Okay, first of all, thank you for appointing Judge Fudge. Secondly, we apologize for sending a Democrat to Austin, and we won't let that happen again this time. Third, what do we need to do for you so you can withhold Texas funds from the federal government until they start spending our money constitutionally? Namely, Transportation Department, Education Department, Energy Department. We want you to withhold Texas funds from the federal government until they start governing by the Constitution. It doesn't do any good to give them more amendments if they can't read what's already there, and they're not reading it.
Here's the most important thing that we do, is that we don't lose our passion for what I have seen since the 15th of April when I went to my first Tea Party. We don't lose that passion. We don't lose our focus. And we send men and women to Washington, D.C. that are focused on the Constitution of this country, that are willing to stand up and say, I'm running because the 10th Amendment means something to me. The 10th Amendment is important. And for those out there that don't understand the simplicity of the 10th Amendment, it basically says that the federal government was created by the states to be an agent for the states, not the other way around. individuals going to Washington, whether it's United States senators or it's congressmen and women who understand that and are willing to stand up and win our confidence that they're going to go up there and tell this administration and tell this Congress no, particularly on these spending matters. That's the most important thing we can do. And then using every tool that we have in our toolbox, if you will, to push back on them. Say no. When they come down here and say, here's $1.3 billion, we want you to take that, but here's what we want in exchange. We want to take over your public schools. We want to give you national standards. We want to give you national tests. Say no. And say no where they hear it and they understand it. When the president points at Texas as an example of people that aren't acting and playing nice with them, then it tells me we're doing the right thing. God bless you all for coming.